What is going on tonight? We're doing a little bit of a late night stream, a little bit of an unannounced, well, a little bit. This was totally not announced. I usually stream on Sunday. Different location, as you can probably tell, and my internet's a little bit dicey here, so I do apologize in advance for any glitching or hangups or anything like that. Now, this is going to be a Q&A late night stream, and for those of you who are in Asia, this is an early morning stream. If you do have a question, head down to the description. I've got a link down there. Click on said link. It's going to open up a Google form. You can drop your question in there. We also won't do a very long stream today. So we're just going to hop in here for, I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe an hour if the internet holds. Like I said, my internet's been a little bit wonky in the new location, but I will be moving back to my old location here in a couple days. So there's that. Well, looks like notifications have started going out. Alight Motion, how's it going, man? Nice to see you in here. And shameless plug, everybody, Alight Motion's in the house. If you guys want an awesome editing app, it also makes thumbnails. It's going to be one of those nights, Douglas. How's it going, fat guy, savvy turtle? How's everybody doing? Live Stream Universe, Ross Brand, how's it going? Hey, Ross, I was checking out your stream today. I sent you a message, but I don't think you saw it while you're actually going. Oh, you did see it. Okay, yeah. Man, you look so good. Guys, if you're not following Live Stream Universe, you're missing out. Ross is like a pro level live streamer, amazing voice. The guy knows his stuff. You need to follow Live Stream Universe. This is why D is the best. Douglas is always here for the shameless plugs. That's good to see you guys in here. So like I said, this is kind of an unannounced thing. I just missed Sunday's stream. Just wanted to try streaming in this place and still playing with my new toys that I got about a week ago. So we're going to do a Q&A. Like I said, form down below if you do have a question. I'll eventually get to some of the questions in the chat, but as the chat gets moving, I won't be able to see all of them. The first question comes in from Jow Gaming. And why can't I see this? Here it is. Jow Gaming says, well, they ask the question, how do I stream PUBG Mobile from my phone through a PC? All right, so you have a PC, you have a phone, you want to stream PUBG Mobile. That's a great question, and I've got some answers for you. There's a couple of ways to do it. Are you on an Android or iPhone? Okay, you're on an iPhone. What you need to do, the best way with virtually no lag, is to get the Lightning port to HDMI connector. Plug that into your phone. Then you need to run an HDMI cable and plug that into your computer. You're going to need some sort of a capture card. Can I show this capture card? I can't show you my capture card, but you can get something like the Elgato Camlink 4K. They have a bunch of different options. There's also, if you go on YouTube right now, there's a ton of creators talking about this new $30 capture card. I have it. Costs $30. It does come with some limitations. You can only stream up to, I think it's 1080p, not 4K, and you can only go up at 30 frames per second. As a gamer, you might want to stream at 60 frames per second to get really smooth footage. But, you know, if you want to, like the Camlink, I think is over $100. This is $30. So if you're just trying to get your foot in the door and trying to get up and running and live streaming with your game, that's the way to do it. So little Lightning port to HDMI, HDMI to some sort of a capture card into your computer. Then you can use something like Streamlabs or OBS to broadcast your gameplay up that way. And if there are wireless solutions, there are apps and things that you can do to have a wireless solution. But anytime you go wireless, there's a good chance that you're going to have lag between what's happening on your phone and what's happening on your computer. But when you plug in, it's inconvenient. I'm not going to lie. I don't like it. When I'm in my studio and I do tutorials live, I'm plugged in, but there's no lag that way. It's instant. So you're going to get the best quality doing it that way. Savvy Turtle says, does that setup work for StreamYard too? In regards to getting the footage from your camera into StreamYard, yes. So right now I am live streaming with a Sony ZV-1 camera. It's got an HDMI mini port, and that's going into that $30 capture card, and that's plugging in USB into my laptop here.
Super chat.
Ross Brand, thanks for doing what you do, man. Thanks for doing what you do. Don't thank me. I got to thank you, man. And by the way, dude, your green screen. And guys, so here's the cool thing about Ross with Live Stream Universe here. His green screen looks amazing. It's amazing. You can look at it and say, is that real or is that a green screen? It looks fantastic. So I love what you're doing, man. So Savvy Turtle, in terms of, back to StreamYard. Yes, you can do that. So if you have a DSLR or some sort of a camera, HDMI out into some sort of a capture card. And if you're interested in this $30 capture card, send me a tweet or send me an email and I'm happy to send you a link to it. But remember, it only streams up to 1080, which is fine. Like right now I'm streaming at 720 and it looks like I'm stuttering all over the place, at least on my end. And it only goes up at 30 frames per second. That's not a big deal. Most people don't need more than that. But if you're trying to get, 60 frames per second gameplay, you're going to want more. Thanks, Dean. I wasn't going to use the green screen. Glad I tried it out. Yeah, the green screen looks amazing. So, okay, guys, on my end, because my internet is just a potato here, I'm getting tons of, I'm glitching, I'm stuttering. How does this look on your end? Is it smooth on your end? Because my internet is terrible. Absolutely terrible over here. Storage Scavenger, how you doing? The Savvy BJ. It's gonna be a late night stream, ladies and gentlemen. The Savvy BG show. How you doing, Savvy? How you doing? The Savvy BJ show is completely different channel, complete different platform, totally. Wix Ninja says, question, can I use a webcam with a phone on Streamlabs? Yes, you can. Okay, there's a couple ways to get your phone, turn it into a webcam. A couple different apps. The best apps I've found is an app called IV-Cam, letter I, letter V, Cam. You download that on your phone, you put the software version on your computer, and it creates a wireless or a cabled connection, and it turns your phone into a webcam. That's the best one that I found. They also have one called OBS Cam. It's pretty good. I couldn't get it to work wireless, but it worked when I plug it in. Or you can get something, you can get an NDI plugin. You can put the NDI plugin into Streamlabs or into OBS. You can download an NDI app. Those usually cost money, but you can get a very high quality wireless connection if you're using NDI. So there's 3 ways that you can do that. All right, I'm going to hop back into, and by the way, for gamers, I don't recommend gameplay for StreamYard. I see a lot of people talking about StreamYard. StreamYard's amazing, but it's not a gaming platform for that. You still want to use something like OBS or Streamlabs OBS. Well, I'm gonna come in here and read through the chat to see what pixelated for you too. Okay, I do apologize about my quality. The internet here is. It's been really hit and miss. So those of you who were in the stream earlier this morning, I went live with Daniel Battelle on the TubeBuddy channel at 9 a.m. my time, maybe 13 hours ago. And it was pretty good. But right now, it's a bit pixelated. So Livestream Universe says only some live streaming apps accept NDI connections. Ross, I haven't looked into everything, but I know that OBS can do it. You can put an NDI filter. Okay, when you download it into OBS or Streamlabs or vMix, I know those 3, I've tested it on those 3 and it works for sure. You can download the plugin for free and you put it in. The app side usually costs money. You might be able to find one, for those of you who are on a budget, you might be able to find one that comes with a watermark for free. But if you want to remove the watermark, you might pay a few dollars for it. Or I think I paid $10 for one of mine. And the company to look for is called Newtek, N-E-W-T-E-K, I believe. N-E-W-T-E-K, Newtek NDI. And that should get you up and running. Still pixelated. What is going on here? I am still blurry. All right, so I'm still blurry. Can you hear me okay? That's important. If you can hear me okay, but I'm still blurry, we're going to make it through this okay. Tom and Bernard, how you doing? So it's a different setup again, new room or new Airbnb. So the last room that I was in Ensenada, Mexico. It's story time. We came up to Tijuana because we're right up here next to the border. We had to deal with some immigration stuff up here in Tijuana. We're here until Sunday, and then we're going back down to that same room in Ensenada, where I will be there for the next month or so. So yes, this is a new Airbnb, and the internet is just toss a coin, flip a coin. Maybe it's going to be good for that minute. Maybe it's going to be bad for that minute. So there we go. You can hear me okay. Okay, you can hear me okay. Well, my apologies for the blur. Hopefully this is going to pass. It's fine on a mobile, no audio issues at all. Okay. Thanks, guys. Hopefully this will pass. Like I said, I went live earlier today on the TubeBuddy channel, and it was fine. I think we streamed out at 1080p, no problem, and now I'm struggling to go out at 720p. All right, next question. I answered the question from Jow Gaming. Question comes from Jay Malo. Jay Malo? Is this Jay Malone or Jay Malo? Question is, I've used TubeBuddy and Morning Fame, but none of those have worked. Is there another alternative besides these two? And what's your take on advertising outside of YouTube and other platforms? Which platform do you think is best to advertise to get your channel up? Okay, so I want to explain something here about TubeBuddy, Morning Fame, vidIQ. These are somewhat similar pieces of software. People have a misunderstanding that they're going to install TubeBuddy or they're going to purchase Morning Fame, and it's going to magically bring views to their channel, right? Because you said it doesn't work for me. That's not what these systems do. What they do is they help you find an opportunity where you can rank. So let's focus on TubeBuddy for a second, because this stream is sponsored by TubeBuddy. And if you don't have TubeBuddy, there's a link down in the description below for that. So let's focus on TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy, besides doing some other things like A/B testing your thumbnails and bulk find and replace, they have a lot of cool features. But let's just talk about the main guts of TubeBuddy, where it can help you find keywords and write the right titles and that sort of thing. It won't bring you views. What it does is it helps you find an opportunity where you can rank. So if you're using the keyword research tool and you're putting in keyword phrases and you're putting your titles in there and you're getting numbers that are, okay, it's got a high search volume, and TubeBuddy says, okay, I think you can rank for this. It's still up to you to make a great thumbnail and to make a great video. So you could have 100% across the board. Everything is green on TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy's like, this is a great topic for your channel. What TubeBuddy just did is they found an opportunity for you. And you can completely blow that opportunity by making a bad thumbnail, or your hook isn't strong enough in your video. So as soon as you go live, you turn people off with a bad hook, or maybe your audio is bad, or maybe your set's distracting, or you just say the wrong thing. So it's still up to you to make a winning thumbnail and make a winning video. They help you find an opportunity. So I just wanted to make that clear, because a lot of people think, oh, I installed TubeBuddy and I'm not getting views. This doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. They help you find an opportunity. Man, I am still garbled up here. Are we still blurry here? Shelly saves the day. Did I see her sneak in here? I think so. I saw somebody talking about Shelly. There she is. Hey, Shelly. Shelly, apparently I'm just stuck in a pixelated live stream right now. Hope you are doing well. Double live today. Great stream this morning. My internet was pretty good this morning. I don't know what's going on right now. All right.
Super chat.
Savvy Turtle. Thank you, my man. It says, I'm used to shooting in bright, hot sun with no worries. The test stream today with lighting was fine, but afterwards it felt like I was in a sauna or a tanning bed, drained and hot. Does this pass? If you are live streaming in a hot room, no, that doesn't pass. Like, I've got the air conditioning running right now, and that's one of the benefits of having a dynamic microphone like this, is you need to get up close to the microphone. And when you get up close to the microphone, the way it works is it sorts noise that you hear around the side of the microphone, and back behind me, the microphone does not do a very good job of picking that up. That's what a dynamic microphone does. Anytime you see people live streaming and or doing a podcast type video, and they're right up in the microphone, they're using a dynamic microphone. So I've got the aircon running behind me. I think I have some, I might even have some noise reduction happening here to help reduce whatever noise that it does pick up. So if you're hot, get a fan, turn on the aircon. Does it pass? No, the heat is always going to be there if you're shooting in the heat, but you will become more comfortable with live streaming. If you were probably a bag of nerves. So it's possible that you were extra nervous because I think you're pretty new to live streaming. So you might have been sweating, your nerves might have been kicking in overdrive and that sort of thing. So the nerves will definitely go away. You'll get better at communicating. You'll get better at carrying the conversation. You'll get better at everything, but you need to cool your room off. That's not going to pass. Yeah, Ross says, I only use dynamic mics for live streaming and podcasting. Yeah, dynamic mics, they just have a certain sound to them, that podcast sound or that radio DJ sound. And you can really get that sound, with the right effects on the vocals. Or you just have to have an amazing voice like Ross Brand from Livestream Universe. Shelly says, yeah, once the lights are on, it can get hot in my room as well. Always run the AC up until I stream. Yeah, that's a great thing too. So we do that in Nimmin Live. Sometimes we will crank the AC for like an hour or 2 hours and just completely cool the room off. And then when we go live, sometimes we'll just kill it. And the air will stay in there pretty good. Man, I'm still blurry on my end. All right, next question. Question is from Soham's Kitchen. Question is how to grow my, oops, I'm sorry, man. I think I missed one of your questions. I need to back up. Your second question was, are there any alternatives to these two? And what's your take on advertising? Okay, so alternatives, no. You just have to understand that those systems, they just find opportunities. So I highly recommend TubeBuddy. Morning Fame is also great. So you need to kind of up your game here. You've got to improve your skills when it comes to building your thumbnails, making your video and that sort of thing. Because if everything is in green, if you're getting a good score, that's a good opportunity, but it's still up to you. In terms of advertising outside of YouTube and other platforms, I don't think advertising your channel for the sake of trying to grow your channel is a good idea. Here's why. Because it sounds to me like you're just getting started. Oop, no, this is Jay Malone. Hold on. Let me double check this is the same person I'm talking to. Hold on. That is Jay Malone. Okay, I thought it was you. Okay. I was explaining. So in your name, you left out you wrote Jay Malo. So I didn't notice that until I just got down here in the bottom. I wouldn't advertise my channel unless you have something that you know is working specifically for your channel. Like looking at your channel, you've got, what have you got here that's working? You're pushing 60,000 subscribers. You're obviously, you're tapping into things that work. I think just briefly looking at your channel here, Jay, and let me pull you up. Hold on one second. And I hope it's not going to be all blurry. 1 second here. Share screen, go up. Where are you at, Jay? Well, there he is, Jay Malone. Okay. So looking at your channel here, I think more than anything, the thing that might be holding you back, because it looks like you've got some videos that do really well, but it seems like your channel's kind of all over the place, right? You've got some really good videos doing one thing. You've got like Fine Birthdays on Facebook, 2019, 164,000 views. Like that's fantastic, right? And you've got a lot of tech stuff going on up here. Then you've got like a Merry Christmas video. Then you've got like a Let's Catch Up. New phone cases. You've got health updates. Surgery happened. And I know, because of everything you went through, that was relevant at the time. But you've got kind of like a mix of content, and you've got watch bands, you have phones, you have Apple ID hacked. Liquid silicone case, 25,000 views. Protective watch case, 6,000 views. So you're getting views on particular things. Jay, what I would recommend, like if I was working with you, I would have a look at your channel and see what's been working for the past 90 days. And it looks like some of the videos that's happening here 2 months ago. I had a visitor in the shop today, finishing the noodle board, make this stamp at home, COVID-19 positive, best wheels. Normally, I would say, let's look at your videos for the past 90 days to see what's working on your channel. And then I make a strategy from there. But what looks like the last 2 months, which is the last 60 days, you've completely kind of changed the direction of your channel. And now you're making a different type of content. If this were my channel, Jay, I would pick a particular type of content and I would roll with that. And look at that, 123,000 views telling people where the comments have moved on YouTube. So I would go through and I would say, look, I like to make this particular type of content, and then I would go all in on that, and I wouldn't deviate. I wouldn't do anything else except for that type of content, because here's what happens, Jay. Let's say your comments have moved video. You got 123,000 views. I want to make sure you guys can see this. I'm not just talking to myself here. You've got 123,000 views on this 10 months ago. So you knocked it out of the park. Then you follow that video up with Merry Christmas. So everybody who came in about your comments, okay, I'm interested. You probably got a lot of subscribers from that. I'm interested here. Then you followed up with Merry Christmas. A large portion of those people, you can see, because you went from 123,000, and a lot of this might be search traffic as well, but then you dropped right back down to 500 views. You're creating user habits to where people are watching one video, then they're not watching the next video. And then they watch the next one and they don't watch the next one. They watch the next one, don't watch the next one. This is something that happens on my channel. And what happens is every time we upload a video that people are not interested in, that sends a signal to YouTube that tells YouTube this type of person, this type of viewer is not interested in this type of content, right? He uploaded a video, they didn't watch it. If they do this once or twice, these are all signals that go to YouTube. And then YouTube says, okay, well, maybe we won't give these people who didn't watch the video, maybe they won't get notifications. Even though they subscribed, even though they check notifications, they might not get notifications if they're not watching your videos, because YouTube sees that data that says they're skipping your videos. So with your content bouncing around like that, and I've segmented my audience between Android and iPhone. Every video that I put up for iPhone users, Android users don't watch it. If I put up an Android specific video, iPhone users don't watch it. The same thing happens to me, right? It slows the growth of my channel because the Android users don't watch the iPhones. So when I do put up an Android video, maybe they skip 2 of my videos, they don't get the notification. YouTube doesn't tell them when I upload another video. So that's definitely hurt my channel growth, and I think that's hurting you as well. So I would just pick one of these things and I would run hard with it and fight the urge to refrain from all of the other things that you put in here. Unless that's the direction you want to go. But in terms of growth, absolute growth, I would focus on one thing. I would get rid of all that other stuff. And that's a hard decision to make. You know what type of content you want to make. I mean, it looks like your simple tips do well, right? Find birthdays on Facebook, 164,000 views. Comments have moved, 123,000 views. Like those are home runs. Looking through the rest of this here. But it seems all the rest are just all kind of down here though. You know, photo memory game, taking a YouTube break, leather bands. We have drone footage in the snow. Yeah, it just seems like you're a bit all over the place. And that's probably another reason, you know, if you're using TubeBuddy or using Morning Fame, and it's not working for you, they found the opportunity, and you may have trained your viewers to not watch your videos, to skip your videos. So that could be happening. I think your thumbnails look good. I don't know what the click-through rate is on them, but I think they look good. Let me go back over here. Hold on here. Hey, Techno Dad, how's it going? Nice to see you in here. Doug Houston, YT, how you doing, sir? Nice to see you in here. Holding it down in Australia. Hold on, let's see here. Hey, Justin, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Says, I have to ask you anything. Well, is it goatee or beard style? Sorry, it's my last vid. I've been working on my beard. This is my 3rd COVID beard. It gets out to a certain point and then I kind of shave it off, but this is the longest that it's been. Let me stop sharing that. So yeah, Jay, man, back to your site. Focus, man. I would focus on one of those things and go hard. Train the people watching your videos to continue to watch your videos, right? You release one, get them to watch that, get them to watch the next video, get them to watch the next video. Every time you put something out there that they didn't sign up for, think about it from the viewer's perspective. What are people signing up for? Why are they subscribing to my channel? Why did they just watch this one video? Make sure you follow up with that stuff. Think about why people get on board in the first place. And if you keep giving them content for what they signed up for, they keep watching, right? That's how you're going to grow faster. Next question. Soham's Kitchen. How to grow my channel. I've been doing everything. Anytime I see I've been doing everything, it makes me smile. I've been doing everything for video tags and everything. Okay, so the first thing I want to let you know is that adding tags, this is not going to move the needle for you, right? Adding tags are no longer a priority for YouTube. They still allow us to use tags, but they use them more for clarity. So if you are uploading about a particular topic and there's a way to say the phrase differently, use that alternative way to say the phrase as a tag. If it can be spelled a different way, use that in a tag. Put your name, your channel name as a tag. That's what you want to use for tags. Like, you're not going to choose the right tags and it's going to make your video successful. So in terms of growth, you are making, when you're doing food videos, and it looks like you've been going for 2 months. Okay, so the problem here, you're doing anything wrong necessarily. I think your thumbnails look attractive. You just haven't given it enough time yet. Keep going for 6 months. Do this for a year. Get 100 videos up there. Get 150 videos up there, and eventually you're going to start to find patterns of what works and what doesn't work. And you're going to find, okay, whenever I upload this particular type of video or make this particular type of thumbnail style, I get more views. Make more of those. That's how you grow. Make more of what people are responding to. 2 months. You've got a lot of content for 2 months, though. I'll give you that. So just keep going. Keep going. Give it time. This isn't it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. I know you've heard that 100 times, but that's true. YouTube is the long game. So give it time. You'll get there. Next question is from QB. QB says, how can I easily get more views on YouTube? There isn't a button where it's like, I want to, this is the easiest way to get views. So it looks like you're just getting started as well. You've been uploading for 3 weeks. So congratulations and welcome to YouTube. And it looks like you're doing Rubik's Cube stuff. And I'm just going to share this because I think Rubik's Cube is really cool. Hold on here. Cube Brain, cubing tutorials and reviews. First thing I would ask you is, what is going on with your titles? Who are you trying to reach? Because in your channel art, you're writing in English, cubing tutorials and reviews. And then in your actual video titles, I have no idea. I mean, I guess these are cube names, QIYIMS 3x3 review. Okay, so you are doing English. That just seems kind of weird. So GAN 356M, GAN 356M Lite. Okay. If you wanted to research how to do a particular tutorial with a particular cube, you wanted to learn something about the cube, make your titles, because you're doing tutorials, eventually you're going to do well with search traffic, right? People go to YouTube, they search, how do I do this? How do I figure this out? So make your titles in a way that you would search for. So if you're going to solve the 2x2 Rubik's Cube, and this one's a pretty good, let me share, am I still sharing this or did I stop it? Oh, I think I stopped. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to turn you off there. So you have this one right here. Right, this is more of what you want to go for. How to solve the 2x2 Rubik's Cube step by step. Now, that's a good title, but I would probably research things a little bit more. Instead of, how to solve the 2x2 Rubik's Cube step by step, I might build an entire playlist with different ways to solve it and use different titles. The fastest way to solve the 2x2, right? And you can change your wording around as well. Fastest way to solve the 2x2. The easiest way to solve the Rubik's Cube 2x2. How to solve the Rubik's Cube 2x2 step by step. So just think about building different videos, kind of doing the same thing, but change your titles up a little bit and just go hard on that. Go make 10 videos about how to solve the 2x2. Show different ways on how to solve it. Eventually, because you're just getting started, eventually, if your videos are good, if your thumbnails are good, if people are clicking on those, eventually YouTube's going to start noticing that people are responding to the videos that you're making, and eventually you're going to start to get search traffic. And tutorial-based content is fantastic for search traffic. So when you're putting your titles together, focus on titles that are written out in a way that you would search for the thing that you're trying to teach people how to do. Just reverse engineer what you're doing. Next question. From your average Canadian. How you doing? I love to make videos about car detailing and lawn care, but I'm not growing. Should I niche down to just one topic if I have to grow my subscribers? Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what we were talking about with Jay. And the same thing happens with my channel. If I subscribe to your channel, or if I'm just following you, even if I haven't subscribed, if I just I'm paying attention to your channel, because I love how you do car detailing. I think you were just fantastic explaining about how you do car detailing, or maybe it's an ASMR style car detailing. I don't know, but I love how you do car detailing. And then you start throwing lawn care in there. Guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to watch your lawn care video unless I'm also into lawn care. So you're segmenting your audience here. Pick one. Because these are completely different, right? Lawn care, car detailing. They couldn't be more different than that. So pick one of those. Pick one. And then run with it. In terms of which one to run with, because you're obviously interested in both, I would pick the one that people are responding to the most. And if you can't figure that out, then pick the one that you like the most and just run with it. But yeah, those are completely different. Like if you were doing car detailing and then something else about automotives, you might be able to pull that off. But like lawn care and car detailing, completely different. So it's like my channel, Android, iPhone. These two types of viewers are not interested in watching videos about the other one. And it slows my growth. Next question from Jerome Eatley. What is the latest website to use in order to gain a lot of subs? Oh boy. I'm currently at 1.7 or 1,700 subs, but it would be great to get 100,000 subs by the end of the year. I want Nick Nimmin money, point blank. It's Jeff. How's it going, Jeff? Man, Jeff, you're always in here with these troll comments. Man, you know more than anybody, there is not a website to get more subs. You just keep putting in the work, man. You're seeing growth already. You're seeing the growth, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. That's funny. Jeff's always in for the troll. Okay, Leo Dollar asks the next question. I can't verify my account completely, and I tried what you said last live stream and it didn't work. Also, what's the best video editing app for Android phone? Best video editing app for Android phone. It depends on your needs and it depends on your device. So I'll give you a couple to choose from. Shameless plug, Alight Motion is in the chat, or at least they were in the chat. They're fantastic. You can also make your thumbnails there. KineMaster, great. Power Director, great. VN, it's good. VLLO, it's also really good. So one of those apps will do it for you. In terms of why you cannot verify your account, so I'm going to drop a link into chat. So hold on here. YouTube.com. Verify. Make sure I've got this right. So anybody who is curious about if they are verified or not verified by YouTube, I'm dropping a link into the chat right now. Hey, Christina, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. I haven't looked in the chat here in a few minutes. Okay, so if you're like, I don't know if I'm verified, did I get verified? Just click on that link and it will tell you you're not verified or you are verified. If you're not verified, all you have to do is give them your phone number and they're going to send you a text message, right? Go through the process, then they're going to give you a code. You put the code into the website and then you have to wait 24 hours or so before you can live stream. But the benefits of being verified are one, you can live stream. Two, you can upload custom thumbnails. Three, you can upload longer videos. And four, you can contest or dispute false copy or any copyright claims. So if somebody puts a claim in your video, a copyright strike, you can dispute it. If you're not verified, you're at the mercy of whoever's claiming your content. Jump to the chat here just a little bit. Holy cow, do you sleep, D? Christina, do I look that tired? Because I've actually been up. So it's 11:30 p.m. I've been up since 7:30 a.m. So technically speaking, today, no. The answer is no, Christina. I don't sleep. So a show of hands. So I know Christina's verified. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Troll of hands. Show of hands. Let me know who's verified. I see Cayenne Hermione says, yes, I'm verified. El Jefe, what's going on, brother? My wife says I'm verified. What's up, boss? Nice to see you, my friend. Yeah, let me know if you're verified or not. Because if you're not, this is something that you definitely want to do in terms of setting up your channel and doing things the right way. And by the way, this is free. This does not cost you money. This is completely free. So if you're not verified, this is something that you want to do. Wait, I have to. Christine, I know you're verified. Savage Turtle says, partner verified, lady voice. Yeah, so this is one of my sound banks. I got this laugh from that's from Epidemic Sound. That was like the snarkiest, kind of like half-ass laugh that I could find on Epidemic Sound. Love it. Oh, man. Give Paloma a hug right back, man. All right. Well, good to see so many people are verified. I love it. Hey, Gear Vlogs, how you doing? So many people are verified. I love it. You're on top of it. I love to see that you're on top of stuff because my comments get flooded. So I have a video how to verify your channel on your phone. My comments are flooded with people saying it doesn't work. It doesn't work. This is outdated. I can't verify my channel. Yeah. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right. Next question. Did I answer this one from Leo Dollar? Yep, answered that one from Leo Dollar. Next question comes from Jowl Gaming. Sorry for another question. Hey, man, you got in there early. Don't apologize. But I'm testing out Connect app on Windows 10 for wireless streaming. Is it good? I'm just going to jump in without ever testing it and just say probably not. Because I can't afford a capture card. If I use a lightning cable, there's going to be too many cables. Yes, the cables can definitely get in the way. Okay, so you can try Connect app. I haven't used it. I know of it, and it doesn't look like something that's good. Prove me wrong. If I'm wrong, come back and let me know. I would look at something like IV Cam, possibly. But Connect app, my gut instinct on what I've seen of it, it's probably not going to work the way you want it to work. But check out IV Cam, check out OBS Cam. You'll have to pay for the, I think it's like $3 to remove the watermark. Cheaper than a capture card, though. Next question comes from Chaos Cuber. Hey, D, I use VN Editor on my Android tablet, as there is no Videoleap for Android currently. Do you have any advice on how to use the chroma key option on VN in the background, whereas there are a lot of contract? Okay. I am not set up currently to go through a tutorial on my phone. However, I do have a video, probably a couple videos coming on VN Editor, and I'll add the chroma key feature. I haven't even looked at the chroma key feature on there, but I'll add that to my list to see if that's something that I can make a video about. So I'm set up with my phone right now to actually show you live. I'm not even sure if they have one in there. I'm not sure. But here's the trick to chroma key. You need to be properly lit. If you have poor lighting, you're going to have crappy chroma key. So the better your lighting is, and more contrast too. So right now you can see that my shirt is dark and there's a black couch or sofa behind me. And you can see that my shirt kind of blends into that. If I were trying to do a non-green screen chroma key, like you can do with some apps, there's a good chance that app or the software cannot identify my shoulder here. So it's just going to wipe out all of this. So the more contrast you can put, you see on this side, you can see that clear line right here, right? You want that hard line. You want that contrast. so you can make a clean edge and you want to be lit properly. You do not want to do moody type lighting like this. You want to be evenly lit if you're doing chroma key. Next question from Pluma. Pluma says, should I pay for LumaFusion? I use KineMaster Pro, and I just got an iTunes card I could buy. Is it really that powerful? Also, I use so much stuff. I use TubeBuddy to find the best keywords. I spent so much time editing and watching Nick and other people, and I hardly see any growth. I'm getting a lot of views, but no subs. My old channel, I had 100 views per video, but I only got 6,000 subscribers, but now I only have 200 subs. All right, question 1. Should I get LumaFusion? If you have an, surely you have an iPhone. Okay. LumaFusion is fantastic. I absolutely love it. I use it on my iPad. I don't use it on my phone. I don't like how it works on a phone. I love it on my iPad. If you already have KineMaster Pro and you've paid for KineMaster Pro and you like how KineMaster Pro is and you're very efficient with KineMaster Pro, I probably wouldn't make that jump unless you find a feature in LumaFusion that KineMaster does not have. Now, one bonus about KineMaster or with LumaFusion is that it's a one-time payment. KineMaster is an ongoing monthly subscription, which can add up. But if you're just like, hey, I just want to pay $20 and be done with it, then LumaFusion might be your choice. I will say this. I think KineMaster is much, for as amazing as LumaFusion is, I think KineMaster's easier to learn. Easier to learn. I think LumaFusion probably has more pro features. KineMaster is easier to learn. In terms of growth, just keep going. Just keep going. You're a gaming channel. I mean, you're in a very tough, competitive niche. So I say this every single live stream. Every single time I go live, I'm constantly saying this. If you want to be a successful gamer, you need to be one of the following. A great gamer, meaning that you beat the game, you're competitive level gaming, or you need to be very entertaining or charismatic or inspirational, or you need to teach people how to play the game, right? Or you just got to figure out a way to bring something new to the table. So you need to do one of those things if you want to succeed as a gamer. Hey, Josephine, how you doing? Just stopping by to wish you a happy day. It's happy night over here. Oh, Hefe says I edit all my videos on LumaFusion. Yeah, I think for me, okay, here's my problem with, I have the iPhone Pro. I don't have the iPhone Pro Max. Perhaps if I had the Max, I would like it more on my phone. But LumaFusion on my phone, for me, because of the size of my fingers, I don't like the user interface and how it works on my phone. I love it on my laptop. It makes perfect sense on my laptop, how it's laid out, and I have my pen and everything, it's perfect on my laptop. On my phone, maybe if I had the Max, it would be better. But on the Pro, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't work. I don't feel efficient with it. I'm efficient on my laptop. I'm not efficient with it on my phone. Next question. This one comes from Narfield. I want to transition to playing 2 games instead of just 1. How do you do that without making my current viewers uninterested? Okay, I don't know what size your channel is. The best way to play 2 games instead of 1 game is to build a community who's more interested in you as the creator instead of your game. Look at Dr. Disrespect. He's a of course, huge gamer, but people are into him. People are into him as the gamer, his personality, the way he interacts, the way his over-the-top attitude. Right? It doesn't matter what game he plays. People go to be part of the Champions Club, right? People are into Dr. Disrespect. Make people into you as the creator, as the gamer, and it doesn't matter so much about what game you play. Now, easier said than done. I know that, but it's just it's something you have to work towards. And you can just, you could pick 1 day a week, right? If you don't have that, you could just pick 1 day a week. And you could, ask your community, hey, on this particular day, we're going to play this game. Who's interested? Let them know what day it's going to happen, and then just play that game. The people who are not interested, they're not going to come over. The people who are will, and you might be surprised. You might end up getting a whole bunch of new people who come to your channel because they're interested in the new game, which in turn might end up with them being interested in you as well. So I would focus on building community so you don't have to worry so much about the actual game that you play. Because if it's all about the game, And yeah, you can do that, but if it's all about the game, then you're at the mercy of the game. If the game is no longer popular, then what, right? But if they're into you, doesn't matter what you play. Next question. From Begord. What type of songs do you listen to often? Ah, the real questions. I love this. What type of songs do I listen to? I listen to, no joke, and I know a lot of people say, oh, I listen to everything. I listen to everything. From Sly and the Family Stone to Willie Nelson to Coldplay to the Eagles to Snoop Dogg to trap music, hip hop, Massive Attack. I'm all over the place with my music. I like jazz, John Coltrane, Miles Davis, all of it. All of it. I listen to absolutely everything. I'm curious. I'm going to jump into the chat here a little bit because it looks like I'm going blurry a little bit. Carlos Santana. I love salsa. I love Latin music. I love, I love Afro-Cuban music. But we could talk about music. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Man, B.B. King. It's endless. It's endless. I literally listen to everything. If you just, you know what? Let's just look. Okay, so first off, I have a bunch of phones. Not a bunch. I have a handful of phones. I have a handful of iPods and all kinds of different music, iTunes. But let's look at my phone right now. What is on this particular phone? I don't have a lot on here, but let's look and see what I have. Okay. I have on this phone, I have The Prodigy, which is awesome. I have Beastie Boys. I have Eminem. I have G Unit. I have Young Dolph. I have Lloyd Banks. I have Drake, Logic, Chris Christopherson, Ray LaMontagne. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. The Twilight Singers, Bruce Springsteen, Maroon 5, Amos Lee, Lady Gaga, Nelly, Tupac, Dr. Dre, NWA, the Notorious B.I.G. I got a mix of stuff. That's on this particular device. I'm going to jump into the chat here on this one. So what do you guys listen to? Justin, yeah, man, I listen to the blues. I love the blues too. All right, hold on. So what do we got? ABBA. I don't have ABBA, but I love disco. The Bee Gees, all about the Bee Gees all day long. Casey and the Sunshine Band. Yes, please. ABBA, Dancing Queen. I don't have any ABBA on me, but yes, absolutely. Bob Marley, absolutely. Reggae is great too. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Yeah. Country. Yeah, I love old country. Right? Old country. Waylon Jennings, that sort of thing. Love it. Phil Collins, there you go. Old school hip hop. Nirvana. Chris Stapleton. Yeah, we got good music. Guys have good taste. Rage Against the Machine. Yeah, I also love stuff, man. I love Rage Against the Machine. I love Soundgarden, Audio Slave, Pearl Jam, all that stuff. Meshuggah, Metallica, Anthrax, all that stuff. Testament. Love it. Yeah, Johnny Cash is great too. Creedence, yeah, CCR, Queen, man, Freddie Mercury, come on. Even old stuff like Eddie 80s and late 80s, early 90s, big hair rock like Rat or Poison or Steelheart or Crimson Glory or any of that stuff, man. I love it. I love it. We can talk about music. That's like a whole nother live stream. I absolutely love just all sorts of music. If it's a good song, it's a good song. But I will tell you this though. When I work, right, if I'm trying to do something that doesn't require video editing, headphones on and I'm listening to music soundtracks. Hans Zimmer is probably my favorite for music soundtracks, but anytime I'm working, headphones on and I'm not video editing, it's movie soundtracks. I love the soundtrack to, Interstellar. I love the first Batman with Christian Bale. I think it's called the Dark Knight Rises. I love Inception soundtrack, fantastic. Passion of the Christ is fantastic. Peter Gabriel did that one. So much good music. I'm getting way off track here. All right, next question. Asking the important questions. I love it. Master Learning says, I seriously need to up my video skills. Do you suggest I roll in a Lydia learning course, or how can I learn to edit video better? My biggest downfall for being more productive and put out more videos. Okay. There are a lot of great video editors out there. And a lot of them have courses, right? A lot of them have courses. And some of them are on Lydia, some of them are Udemy, some of them, there's different platforms out there. Like Jevin Dovey, for example. I think he has an editing course. My mind just completely went blank on me. I can't believe I forgot his name. Jesse Driftwood. Jesse Driftwood has an editing course. So that, there's some courses out there. Pick a creator that you like. And if their course on editing is within your budget, buy it and follow along. You need to understand the basics of editing. And if they can help you do that, then that's fantastic. There's tons of free content on YouTube as well. Like you could probably spend weeks and weeks and weeks just digging through free content on YouTube. But if you want to just get all of it from your favorite creator, find one who has a course and do it that way. Once you learn the basics, you get better through repetition. That it really comes down to that. Learn how to edit different types of content, right? Learn how to edit this type of content, learn how to edit that type of content. Just go out and shoot stuff, not because you're going to publish it, just because you want to edit it. Or I want to edit something really fast paced and something low to the ground, like I'm going to get model cars and make like a miniature little car chase. Like put that whole sequence together and edit together a little, 3 minute clip or something like that. You have to practice editing just like you practice everything else. But if you want to join one of their courses, do it. I would not blindly join a course. I would do it through a creator who you like how they edit and you like how they teach. Because if you join a course and you don't like how they teach, you're not going to be interested in the course. So find somebody you enjoy listening to and go see if they have a course. Like I said, I think Jevin Dovey has one, and I believe Jesse Driftwood has one as well. And both of those guys are fantastic editors, but they're different styles of editing. So it depends on your personal style and the type of editor you want to be and the type of content that you're making as well. Voyager's Revenge asks the next question. Hey, D, my content mainly consists of gameplay that is edited to play out like a cinematic film sequence. I love it. However, I want to find a way to include a call to action in the video without ruining the flow. I also want to include more of myself so people can get to know me better. Face cam, short commentary. What do you think you should do? Okay. If you don't want to disrupt the flow, then you need to come up with a non-disruptive graphic that comes down on the bottom of your screen. I mean, you're going to have to, I don't want to call it ruin the flow, but you're going to have to put something on the screen, right? Something that looks good, something that's not too distractive, just a little thing that goes into a corner, just slowly comes in. It's not all crazy and it's not too jarring. It just slowly goes out. That's one thing that you can do. Just remind them to subscribe. The other thing is, if your content is really good, and you're putting together some really quality stuff, people are going to subscribe. A little nudge doesn't hurt, but people are generally going to subscribe. If you want people to get to know you better, go live, right? Put your videos out, and like once a week or once every 2 weeks or once a month, do a live stream. Put your face out there. Let people get to know you. Let them get to know you live. Do a Q&A. Talk to your community that way. You want them to get to know you? Let them ask you questions. AMA, ask me anything. Even if it's once a month, that's a great way to get out there to get your people to know you and know the little things that make you tick and that make you laugh and shed a tear. Man, am I still blurry? What is going on? Hey, Beanie, how's it going? Do I like bunnies? Poke Bun asking the real questions here. Hold on. Where's it at? Binod. You got it. Binod. So here's the thing, all rounder friends. We're not going to spam Binod in here. You can say it once. One Binod is all you get. If you keep going with the Binod, you're going to get booted out of here. So this is a one Binod post. Hey, Elephant, how you doing? Let's see. Somebody just asked right here. Hey, Donnie Pearson, have a good one. Do you like bunnies? Okay, I think bunnies are adorable. I'm assuming you're talking about the actual little animal bunny. I think bunnies are adorable. I've never owned a bunny, but I owned a guinea pig, and I got rid of the guinea pig because all it did was poop. And from what I've heard, bunnies poop a lot too. So it's because I've never had a bunny, but I think they're adorable. Who doesn't like bunnies? There's two types of people in this world. People who don't like bunnies and people who do like bunnies. You have to decide what type of person you're going to be. I think all rounder friends, I think somebody already showed him to the door. All right, next question. Question is from Carmen Whitehead. Hey, Carmen, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I believe in Arizona. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm at 13,000 subs. Congratulations. And I just got the membership option. Awesome. What's the best way to optimize this option? Okay, any way you want. You can have a single tier to where it's just like, hey, here's the price. You're in or you're not. Or you can have multiple tiers where you offer different things on various tiers. One thing that you can do, depending on your tiers or a single tier, you can do a members only live stream. That's what I do for mine. So I try to do it once a week, but because I'm traveling in Mexico and COVID and all that, it's been a little bit difficult. But I try to do a weekly or at least a bi-weekly live stream where it's members only. And, I'll use StreamYard for that. Sometimes people come on as guests, but I answer every single question, and we kind of get to know each other during the live stream, especially when they come on, when using StreamYard, they come on as a guest sometime. And that's fantastic. So you have to decide what value you want to give them if they become a member. It might be that you give them additional content, behind the scenes content. Maybe you give them access to vlog videos or videos or unpublished videos. A lot of us make videos that don't really make the cut. Well, maybe you offer them, hey guys, you're just seeing this, right? This isn't actually going up on the channel, but this is the video. If people believe in what you're doing and they become a channel member, it's because they like the community that's built around your channel, or they like you as a creator, or they like both, or they just want to support you because they're cool. There's a lot of people out there who just want to support YouTubers. So, think about what you can give back in return. I don't know how much you can give back. I don't know what your time is, or what your workload is. But if you can make content for them, even if it's only a live stream, set that up, set your price, and then make it happen. You'll figure out what works, but think it through. Think it through. A lot of people just have a single tier, like whatever, it's $4.99 or whatever the price is. One thing, that's it. I broke mine down into a couple tiers. One tier is, I think it's like the lowest, like $1.99. You don't want anything in return. You're not going to generally get anything in return. It's just saying, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. Appreciate the channel. It's kind of like a little tip. It's like a coffee fund. Then I have the other people who are like $4.99. We do weekly live stream, or weekly to bi-weekly live streams. Then I have another group. It's more of like a very small group where it's just like a mastermind. We'll do like one-on-one calls and that sort of thing. We really try to build strategies around their channel. So think it through, think of what you want to offer your members, and just go for it. Congratulations. Next question, the Viperian, who says, here's a good question. I'll let you know if it's a good question or not. I'm doing gaming as a main focus, and so far my channel is doing good, but one of my old videos has accidentally blown up. Different niche. What should I do? Should I make more on it? Because my channel is built around Crash Bandicoot content. But that video is the one that's gathering massive views compared. Okay, so basically you're making content about this thing, and you have an older video about something different that blew up. This is entirely up to you. If this is blowing up and you're still interested in that, you could theoretically, depending on how much it's blowing up, if it's like 50 views more, maybe you got a couple of thousand views more, I'd probably just leave it alone. But if it's like, all my other views are like 1,000 views and this one's got, this one's getting 1,000 views a day or something like that. Here's 100,000 or 200,000 or 400,000 views. I might rethink what I'm doing. If that's something that I'm still into, I would start making more of those videos. But if you're not into it, you don't want to make this content anymore, then just let that video do what it's going to do. However, that being said, I would go back. If there's any connection you can make between those two whatsoever, I would, are they both gaming? Hold on. It's a different niche. If it was a different game, I would recommend making some videos comparing the game. This game versus that game. These characters versus that character. That way you're still pulling in people who are coming in from the new video, plus you're taking care of your new crowd as well. So if you could do like a versus series with those two things, that would be kind of cool. But if they don't match, then it's just content you don't want to make anymore, I'd probably let it die. But I would go back and I would add a pinned comment. I would make sure that my end screen videos and a link in the description in the card, I would make sure all of that points to something new. Hey guys, I've made some new videos, check them out, and then point to those to try to siphon some of those views off to show people what you're doing now. But if you're not into it, I would not chase it. Next question comes from Slug Missile. I just started streaming on Twitch because my YouTube channel got 100 subscribers. Do you have some tips for me? Yes, if you're streaming on Twitch, you need to follow Alpha Gaming. Alpha Gaming is probably the best channel out there for teaching people how to game on Twitch. Alpha Gaming. Fantastic creator. Next question from Chaos Cuber. And by the way, what he's going to tell you, I can tell you right now, you just got 100 subscribers on YouTube. He's going to tell you to build your Twitch audience, you need to build your audience elsewhere. Twitch is difficult to grow on because they don't really have a discoverability feature built in. People can't find you. But if you build communities elsewhere, like YouTube, then it's easier to send those people over to Twitch. So I know that's one thing that he's going to tell you. Next question from Chaos Cuber again. Hey, D, sorry for another question. I just want to request you to check out my channel and point out what's wrong. Okay, I'm not pulling up any more channels. I think I already pulled you up anyway, if I'm not mistaken. I pulled up one cubing channel. I've been researching popular cubing content on the web and been consistently uploading good tutorials. Then just keep going. I just want to make sure this is the same channel, by the way. Oh, this is a different cubing. My bad, man. It's a different cubing channel. I'm not going to pull it up here on the screen, but your thumbnails look good. Your videos are solid. You've been going for about 4 months. Just keep going. Just keep going and think about, I'm looking at your titles here, the optimal way to set up 3-year-old Rubik's Cube, how to read algorithms, making nations flags on a Rubik's Cube. Yeah, just keep going. And if it's a tutorial-based video, just write your title out in a way that you would search. Like if it's like, okay, how would I do this? How you would actually go to Google or you would go to YouTube to figure out how to solve that problem. That phrase that you would use that as your title. Everything else is good. Just keep going. You're new to YouTube. Just keep making content. Thumbnails look good. Next question from Unwind With Me. I'm building an ASMR channel where I do primarily word search puzzles. Interesting. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, and coloring. They are games in a way, but not your traditional gaming channel, I guess. Okay, that sounds cool. Question, how can I create engaging thumbnails and titles for my channel? I do a lot of the same type of thing, for example. How many different ways can I show a crossword puzzle in a thumbnail, or how many variations of the title for word search puzzle can I give if the only difference is each puzzle is a different, or if the only difference is that each puzzle is different each time? This is where you're going to have to get creative. There's no easy answer here. Here's what I would do. If you are making crossword puzzle videos, I would spend hours and hours and hours researching other channels who are successful solving puzzles. Track down puzzle channels on YouTube and say, okay, how are they making thumbnails? Study their thumbnails, because there's tons of channels out there. Rubik's Cube, perfect example, right? Let me pull this channel back up. This is the person who just asked the last question here, and I still have it open. So that's funny. I said I wasn't going to pull it up, but they got pulled up anyway. So they're making videos about a Rubik's Cube. And you're like, how many different videos can you make about it, or how many different thumbnails can you make about a Rubik's Cube? Well, look at the videos. They found different ways to make thumbnails out of Rubik's Cube. Some of them do look the same, but some of them look drastically different. So you're going to have to put your creative thinking cap on here. Research gaming channels and see what they are doing. And maybe they can give you some inspiration for what you can do on your channel. But I feel you. I'm kind of the same way with app tutorials, right? It's like I've got my text, I've got a phone, I've got like the app name. There's not a lot of variation there, but you'd be surprised. Little things like colors and angles and that sort of thing. You'll figure it out. Study the game channels. Next question from My Learning Master. We all know you loathe Peter McKinnon. Come on. I love Peter McKinnon. And that dude is so tall. I know Shelly's met Peter. He's so tall. The guy's a giant. Peter McKinnon is a giant. I'm tall. He's a giant. What are some of your other guilty pleasures for YouTube channels that you follow or watch videos from time to time? My guilty pleasure on YouTube would be van life. I am absolutely just, I can't get enough of van life. In my head, all right, Doug, man, have a good one. In my head, I can't wait to like buy a van, build the van out, right? I've got all these ideas. I'm watching all these, okay, they put their bed this way and their kitchen this way. They got these security features. They've got their solar panels on the roof. Some of them get lift kits. Some of them have four-wheel drive. Like in my head, I'm already building the van, right? I'm vicariously living through these people who have van videos. I love them. So that's my guilty pleasure. I subscribe to a ton of channels about van life. Nate Murphy probably has the best one because he does van tours where he meets up with other people who are in van life and they do a tour of their van and they explain what everything is in their van and how they set it all up. So that's probably my biggest guilty pleasure is van life videos. Shelly, yes, you can buy old school buses too. You can buy old school buses, but in the fantasy that I'm building up in my head, an old school bus is too big for me to drive around. I can drive a van. Yeah, I've rented a van in Iceland and I think we spent 2 weeks in Iceland driving around, sleeping in a van there. I can drive a van. I don't think I want to drive a school bus, even a small one. That's probably a little bit more than I want to take on. You're going to need more room since you're taller. But yeah, in my head, I've got this, man, I need a van. This is how I would build it out, especially now. Because I'm trapped in Mexico. I would love to have a van right now because I could just be cruising around. Sleeping in the van. We've got our masks. We've got everything. Just cruising around up and down the ocean, up and down the Baja, Mexico. RV's too big. Yeah, I'm looking for something a little bit small. Even the short ones, maybe. Beanie says, could you see yourself getting into van conversion someday? Yes and no. Me getting a van and converting it is going to depend on where I live. I know some of you know that I'm not sure what my future is going to be like in Thailand because of the visa restrictions there. I might have to leave. But if I figure that out and I continue to live in Thailand, the answer is no. I'm not going to build a van in Thailand. It's too hot. There's too much humidity. You got to run the aircon 24 hours a day. But if I end up somewhere in a cooler climate, there's a good chance that I will get a van and convert a van. But living in Southeast Asia, no, that's not going to happen. Living in the U.S., yes. Living in Mexico, yes, absolutely. But Southeast Asia, not going to happen. Next question. Let's see here. Guilty pleasures. Another thing that I love to watch, I love cosplay channels. Really good cosplay channels where they show you how to build really cool costumes. I love that. I absolutely love that. And I also love I love channels where people tinker with stuff and they make stuff. I can't remember the name of the channel right now, but and I haven't seen his videos in a while. YouTube always used to recommend him to me. I probably missed one or two and they stopped showing me, but there's a particular channel. The guy is in a wheelchair. He's in a wheelchair. He's got a beard, if I remember right, but he takes like hunks of metal and will make like the most beautiful rings you've ever seen. He'll make wedding rings and stuff like that, just out of like hunks of metal. And it's beautifully shot. There's music to it. It's always very touching. Beautiful videos. Videos where they tinker, where they build stuff, makers, that sort of thing. I think that's the thing I like about van videos too, is just because they're makers, right? They're making stuff, they're building things. So I like to watch videos where people build stuff. Caleb McCool asks the next question. At the moment I start a live stream, my download speed goes to nearly 0. Strangely enough, my upload speed remains good. At all that time, at other times I'm not live streaming, I have no trouble whatsoever with the internet or my computer. So you're asking me why? I don't know. I mean, you've got a desktop. It could be that you've just got I don't know what your bandwidth is. You know, if you start with if you've got 10 megabit download and you start and it just drops down to 5 or something like that, you don't have a lot of wiggle room. But if you get something higher, if you can, like 100 download or something like that, you're not going to notice it so much. I don't know why that's happening. Because if you're pushing up, right? So you're pushing up, so you want to pay attention to your upload speed. If your download is dropping to nearly 0 when you go live, I'm not sure what's causing that. I might reach out to your internet service provider. You're probably going to get the runaround and people not understanding what's going on. Maybe your router's bad. Maybe get a new router. See if there's anything else on your computer that you're not aware of. You know, open up your computer, look at all the processes that are running, see if there's something running in the background that's taking a lot of resources that could be pulling something down. I mean, hopefully your computer is not being used as for, some bot or something like that where people are bouncing off of your computer to hack something. That can happen. Yeah, but I don't have an answer for that one. Restart your computer 3 times. KA Studios asks his question. Hey, D, what's the best way to make thumbnails more attractive? Best way to make thumbnails more attractive is big, easy-to-read fonts or clear pictures of faces or lots of contrast, or go the opposite. Okay, what I like to do is if I know I'm making a particular, whatever my topic's going to be, I'll type my topic into YouTube and then I look at all the competition videos. So if you go to my channel and you say, well, D, you mostly have kind of the same vibe for your thumbnails, but some of them are a little bit different and some of them have different colors. It's because I've looked at particular, here's my topic, here's the competition, and the colors that I want to use don't stand out as much amongst these thumbnails. So I will change them or use different styles of thumbnails to stand out more because I try to get search traffic. If you're trying to get different traffic sources, that might not work as well. But for search traffic, that's a great way to do it. There's little things you can do too. Like if you're putting your face in the video, you're on an Android. Okay, so you can use something like Pixelab or PixArt or even Snapseed. You can bring your face in and you don't want to overdo it to the point that it looks too fake, but whiten your eyes just a little bit. Make them a little more white. Enlarge your eyes just a little bit. Not to the point where people look at it and go, well, that's fake. To the point to where they don't notice that it's larger, but they're just a little bit larger. Eyes are a little wider. Eyes are a little bit bigger. Maybe your lips are a little bit bigger. Maybe your teeth are a little bit wider. You can adjust all of those stuff. The portrait app works really well for this sort of thing because people are scrolling through. They might not notice what it is about your face, but slightly larger eyes could kind of, they might understand. They might not even understand why, but it might stop them from scrolling because something just doesn't register. So they stop. And they might click just because they're kind of curious about it, even if they don't know what's going on with the picture. So that's one thing you can do if you're putting your face in the picture. The whole clickbait style. And when I say clickbait, I mean I don't mean you make a thumbnail and then people click on the thumbnail, and then you don't have that type of content. Like that's legit clickbait. You always have to make sure you follow through. Whatever's in the thumbnail, follow through, put it in your video. But you see a lot of clickbaity type thumbnails, they'll circle something, they'll point arrows to it. They build intrigue where people are like, well, what are they pointing to? What is that? That's really small. I think I clicked on something the other day. It was I think it was a Batman. I think it was a Batman thumbnail. Somebody was talking about Batman, and they had an arrow pointing to a poster, like way in the background. This little arrow was pointing to this poster, and it was like, I think part of the title was Spider-Man in Batman. And I was like, what? And they had this arrow pointing to this poster on a wall, and it turns out that in whichever Batman movie it was, they had a poster hanging in the background of an upcoming Spider-Man movie. But the thumbnail, it made me pause and say, well, what's going on in that thumbnail? And I clicked on it. So that's another thing you can do. If you are using text, use bold text, use colorful text. And if everybody else is going colorful, go black and white, right? Don't be afraid to go the opposite way too. Because remember, the goal of your thumbnail is to get people to stop scrolling and to get them to click. And if getting them to stop scrolling means that you have to be the absolute opposite of what everybody else is doing, then do that. Next question from Bean Umair, who says, best video editor for mobile and software for free and without watermark. Oh, you guys are killing me. Best video editor for mobile and software for free. Okay, for a computer, I'm going to go with DaVinci Resolve. Video editor for mobile, you're on an Android phone without a watermark, I would go with VN or VLLO. One of those, they do put a watermark at the very end, but one of them doesn't, so check them both out. Next question. Hanjala's Origami. Please, I want to gain more subscribers. I already have 100, but I want to gain more. Can you review mine and give me some tips? I'm not reviewing channels. I'm not pulling channels up unless if you knock my, here's what I'm going to do. I look at the channels. When you put the links in there and you ask a question, I look at the channels, I pull them up and I look at them here. If you knock my socks off, if your thumbnails are on point or you got something really cool, yeah, then I might pull you up, but otherwise, probably not. Okay, you're doing origami. I love that. Okay, this is really clever. So yeah, I'm going to pull you up because I didn't even know this was a thing. I love finding out about new things. So you're doing origami shirts. Look at this. Look at this. An origami shirt. Who knew? An origami tissue box. An origami axe. Oh my goodness, these are great. How to make an origami talking frog. How to make origami claw. Man, that's cool. I like that you're doing this. Okay, you've got cool stuff up here. I'm nitpicking here. This isn't going to move the needle at all, but I would remove the Facebook stuff here. It's just really necessary. I would remove that too. None of that stuff is necessary. Man, my tip to you, because you're making cool stuff, is just to keep going. You've been going for 9 months. You're doing some cool things. I would go through all of your videos and I would say, okay, what videos are people actually responding to the most? Which ones, like, do you have any breakouts here? Like, you've got how to make an origami. Okay, let's look at this one. Granted, this was 9 months ago, so this is a little bit older than I would normally look at. But this right here got a lot more views than your other one. So did your first video right here. What I would probably do is I would do an entire series of videos where you're making animals like this, and I would do a thumbnail that looks exactly like this. Because something about the thumbnail, something about you making this animal worked for this particular video. So I would do an entire series, 10 videos, or just make 20 videos making different animal origamis and make that thumbnail style look exactly like this with your two hands holding it. You're opening the face of the animal. I would test that for 10 videos or even 20 videos. That's what I would do with your channel. And see if you can build something there. Like, you might build that to the point where, now also, when I'm looking at your thumbnail here, that thumbnail looks completely different than all of the others as well. That one really stands out to me the most. I would also take it a step further, and I would bring all of your thumbnails into a free app like Snapseed. And I would add a little bit of contrast. I would add some saturation, some vibrance. You want those colors to just explode off the page. You don't want them to look completely fake, but you want them to be more eye-catching. So add some saturation, a little bit of contrast, maybe a little brightness, maybe a little bit of vibrance, make your colors more vibrant. Next question. Did I answer that one already? Oh, you asked twice. Next question comes from Open Vlog. How to download video editing software in Chromebook. Okay, I don't have a Chromebook, but I do know that KineMaster works inside of Chromebook. It's the only thing that I've seen working inside of Chromebook. I can't tell you any more than that. I've never touched a Chromebook other than the one time KineMaster was showing me how KineMaster worked inside of it. So the only thing I've got on that is check out KineMaster. If somebody wants to send me a Chromebook for free, I'm happy to dig into it further to find out better ways that you can edit video on it. Next question from Fully Involved Media Group. D, is it normal to have our recent videos and live streams being viewed more by my subscribers than non-subscribers, or have the percentages split like 50-50, 50% non-subscribers and 40% non-subscribers? Normally, our videos are viewed more heavily by non-subscribers. What could have caused this change of more subscribers viewing our content? Okay. You want, in most situations, you want more non-subscribers watching your content. That means that YouTube is putting your videos in front of new people. Okay? Non-subscribers are people who are not, they're not on your train yet. They're not on the Fully Involved Media Group train yet, right? YouTube is saying, hey, here's content that we think that you're going to like. We're going to put this in front of you. You're a new viewer. Check this channel out. And they're going to come in. That means that potentially you can grow, right? If they keep putting you in front of new people, it's your job then to turn them into subscribers. If you are seeing more subscribers watching your content, a couple of things could be happening. One, YouTube is not suggesting your videos out to other people. YouTube is not showing your content to other people, which could mean that your channel could slow down because you want new people finding your content. It could also mean that in addition to YouTube not showing your videos to new people, that you've stumbled onto something, or the particular type of content that you're making right now, people who are currently subscribed to your channel, it's resonating with them. It could be a particular location, because I know you have people all over the place. So let's say you have a series of videos in New York and a lot of your subscribers are based in New York. It would make more sense that for those videos, those particular videos, they would watch those videos more. But if you start putting up clips from other parts of the country, the people in New York might not be that interested in it. So it could be one of those things. Without deep diving into your data, I can't tell you, but on the surface, one of those things is probably happening. All right. I'm going to jump into the chat for a little bit. Boy, my internet is just all over the place here. Origami Yoda. Beanie Draws says origami is cool. Yeah. So this is another thing. Let's talk origami for a second. So you did the frog. The frog looks great. I love how you have the hands and the frog is all up in the, I mean, it's full and it's right up into, right up in the camera, so to speak. All the other ones are kind of backed off a little bit. You've got the colorful background, you have other things going on, but that frog, it's like you've got your hands, you've got the frog, and it's right up there. One thing that I would do, because there's so many movies coming out, and I'm glad Beanie says Yoda, you could try to capture trends. So let's say they just released a new Batman trailer, right? So when an event happens and people are starting to look for things, now one sneak peek of the trailer is probably not early enough, but as those trailers start to come out more, as the excitement as the excitement for Batman starts to grow, I would have some video. I would have one or two videos or a couple of videos with Batman characters, right? Same style. Batman's all up in the face. Here's your hands. So it shows, here's your hands folding the thing. Here's a Batman origami. Here's the Joker origami, or whatever the villain's going to be in the movie. Whatever movie comes out. If there's a new Suicide Squad, do those characters. if there's a new whatever movie, if there's anything that you can capitalize on where people are going to be into it, if the next Star Wars movie comes out, right? There's going to be a new Mandalorian series that's going to come out. Like make origami based on the Star Wars characters. And you might be surprised if your videos are good, if you do them right and your videos are good, you might be able to ride that and really grow your channel. Beanie says, I finally watched Mandalorian this month. What did you think? What did you think? I loved it. There was like one or two episodes I really didn't care for, but the rest, man, all over it. Absolutely love it. I can't wait for season 2. All right, I'm scrolling through the chat here. Hold on. All cleared up. Okay, thanks. Oh yeah, my internet's cleared up now. Thankfully, I don't know what was going on. Here on my phone, I've barely got a signal at all. I'm using Wi-Fi here. I'm not plugged in. Barely got a signal. Beanie says, it was amazing. It made me forget episode. The Mandalorian feels like Star Wars. Everything about it, and that's one thing that Jon Favreau is great at. He understands the fans. Like it feels like a Star Wars show. Everything about it feels like Star Wars. It feels like the Star Wars you grew up with. And then when you think about all the CGI movies, the earlier ones, you're just like, what is going on with that? But Mandalorian, man, it feels right. It feels like Star Wars. Joy to the World says, what's the best mic for recording on an iPhone? That's a tough question to answer because I don't know what type of content you're recording. I can tell you probably the easiest thing to do is get a little clip-on lapel mic. Little microphone clips onto your shirt or clips onto a strap or go under your shirt. They come with either a 3-foot cable or a 6-foot cable, and you can plug that right into your iPhone. You will need the adapter, the little dongle adapter, right? You plug that into here, plug the microphone into there, and those sound really good. A budget version is called the Boya BY-M1 lavalier microphone. Deity also makes one called the VLLO, and Rode makes one called the Rode, I think it's called the Rode, was it Rode Smart Lav? Yeah, I think it's a Smart Lav Plus, maybe? I forget. But I have the Rode, I have the Deity, and I have the Boya. Budget, go with Boya. If you want a little bit better sound, you can spend the money, then maybe go with the Deity. Hanjalaz, I actually closed the questionnaire form down. Let's see here. Beanie says you could do the most complex origami ever and then the easiest origami. Yep, you could do that. Open Vlog says any budget video capture card. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna look this up. I need to get this link, so bear with me here. I'm going to pull up Amazon. I ordered it was like the $30 capture card. Now, keep in mind, this only goes up to 1080. So if you're trying to stream in 4K, that's not going to work, but most people can stream at 1080. And it's only 30 frames per second. So if you need 60 frames per second because you're trying to get really smooth gameplay, this is not for you. But if 1080p, 30 frames per second, if that works for you, I'm going to show you what I bought. And I'm not even given a, hold on here. I'm going to share my screen. I should be dropping. See, if I was on top of it, I'd have an affiliate link already put together so you could drop it into the chat. But I'm going to show you what this looks like here. Amazon. Here we go. It's the Blue AVS audio video capture card. It was $25.99. It's this card right here. It plugs in USB, and you can plug your camera right into it, and everything works perfectly. You will see things where it says like support output max resolution 1920 by 1080. It's actually 30 frames per second. If you are streaming gameplay, just know that 60 frames per second is going to be a lot smoother. But if you are unable to push up 60 frames per second, or you don't have the budget to get a more expensive capture card, $25 for this capture card, and it works really well. That's what I'm streaming with right now. I'm using this right now. It's any pixelation that you see in the video right now is not because of the capture card. It's because of my internet. The internet at this Airbnb is not very good. I've streamed very clear 1080p video with this capture card, and it works perfectly. There's no software. There's no software. So if you get Elgato, there's software involved. You have to update with firmware and that sort of thing. This, I plugged it in and it worked. It didn't download anything. It worked flawless. It's like $25. Hey, Eric Wait, how you doing, my man? Says the Mandalorian also feels like a Western gunslinger. Yeah, exactly. It feels like a Western gunslinger / space movie. And that's what I liked about the first Star Wars, you know? It had that vibe. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, and you can't beat it. $25. Let's see. I can't really find an app for intro making without any watermark for free on an iPhone. Can you tell me about an app? Okay, here's the thing about intro makers. You're going to struggle to find one for free that does not have a watermark, but it's easy to find video editing apps that don't have watermarks, and you can make your own intro. Videoleap. Okay, now here's the thing. You're going to install Videoleap. It's going to pop up a thing saying you have to pay. You don't have to pay. Look up in the top left-hand corner. There's going to be an X. Close it down. Anytime that pops up, close it back down. You can use Videoleap. You can use iMovie. You can use VN. You can use VLLO. You can use those for free. No watermark, but what you want to do is take like a 5-second timeline, a 4 or 5 second timeline, put a background on it, right? A cool background, one layer, add your logo on there, and you can use the animation features to make your logo come in and out. You can spin it in, raise it up and down, that sort of thing, put music to it, and then render it out, and you have a free, no watermark intro. So that's probably the easiest way to do it. And what Beanie Drawl says, the question though is, do you need an intro? I don't use an intro. I know people love to use intros, and I think they can look good if they're done well. Do you need one? You don't need one. People don't come to YouTube because they want to watch your intro. They come to YouTube and they find your videos because they want to see what you're actually making, and it has nothing to do with your intro. So keep that in mind. Half Blind Gamer, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, man. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out on this late night stream. I do apologize for the poor internet that had this thing garbled up a little while ago. Thanks for everybody who hung out. I know Beanie and Doug are just getting your day started in Australia. But for everybody else, thanks for staying up late with me. For those of you in Asia, enjoy your day. Have a great day. And we will try to go live next Sunday. I will be back in my other location. The internet should be back on point there. So have a great week, everybody. And I will catch you on Sunday.